All right. Hey, how's everybody doing out there? Oh my goodness. I see some of my folks are in the building. Welcome to Interludes Extra. It's Talk on Tuesday. And yeah, I'm a little bit by myself right now, but it's okay. It is all right. I there is a guest coming. You know, technology is hilarious. It sometimes makes us do things. Oh, let me go ahead and say hello to there is Amani. How are you? What's up, Amani? It's good to see you. And also, I see my friend Kevin. What's up? Let's go. Ooh, Kevin. Anyway, it is Tuesday and we're at the beginning of October. Are you all ready to go shopping? Are you ready for Christmas? Oh my gosh, did I say the word Christmas? I'm not ready. Are you ready? I'm not ready. I'm putting it out there, guys. I'm hearing unfortunate rumors that if we do not get our shopping in soon, and I'm referring to shipping, there's been some slowdowns with the U.S. Postal Service as well as UPS and and FedEx. Those guys, not enough workers, not enough people. A lot of shipments are kind of sitting by the wayside, especially on the coast. If you're out in where is this, California, on the East Coast, so, if you guys are ordering things and you want it to get to a place very quickly, it may not get there that quickly because what? The shipping slowdown that might be happening. So, I haven't had any issues with my Amazon. I've been pretty good. So, it's all good. It's all good. I'm always excited to hear from Kevin. Yes, that's right. Interludes is in full effect. My goodness. Right now, we are waiting for our special guest. This will be my first time bringing on a special guest. As we all know, my friend Michael Wamble, our co host, he is not available right now. What is he doing? He's working and he's on assignment. I love saying that he's on assignment. That sounds very official. What about you? I like that, that he's on assignment. We do have a piece that we did, and that actually is going to come on this YouTube platform at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. I'm sorry. And so we'll be talking about what happened with Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Did you guys experience what happened yesterday? Did you all experience that? I know I didn't. Oh, what is Kevin saying? He's saying what? Yep, even though shipping is slow. Oh my goodness. I deliver consistently. Thank you so much, Val. You know what? I appreciate the love you give me. I appreciate that, Kevin. It's definitely that's what's up. I mean, hey, but anyone that has a Facebook account, or if they're on Instagram, because keep in mind they're all owned by the same person or the same people, and also WhatsApp. I use WhatsApp on my phone. This is a very important thing. I've gotten very connected with people on WhatsApp. What about you guys? Have you all, connect on WhatsApp? If you send a message between the hours of 11 a.m. Central, 12 p.m. Eastern, to about 6 o'clock Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, nothing went through on WhatsApp. If you were trying to post something on Facebook, nothing posted. It was something very weird that happened. They had everything completely shut down. What were we supposed to do about that? Oh my gosh. Well, I had to find another way to communicate. And because communication is my business, that's pretty much what's going on. Oh, goodness. Thank you so much. That's right. It is my business to sit here and do what we do. I had to figure out another way to communicate. So I was introduced to something called Clubhouse a while back. Clubhouse a while back. Have you guys ever heard of Clubhouse? Imani, Kevin, whoever else is on. I finally got on Clubhouse probably a couple of weeks ago through a network that I'm a part of. And, people talk, they talk about some things, and you're just like, oh, okay, cool. And they have different rooms. They have very famous people that are on there, and then they have some people that's like me, just learning how to do things. So it is what it is. Oh my goodness. I think we have our guest. He just showed up. And this is who I want you guys to meet. And I'm going to give him a proper introduction. But what we're going to be talking about today is going to be about movies and TV. And that's what I do because that's what I love. Hey, what's going on with that? He is a business owner. He is an empowerer, if that makes any sense. And I feel like a great cheerleader. If anyone wants to have someone cheerlead you, especially in business, I like to introduce you guys to Stan Matthews. Let me bring him on. You guys can cheer him on as he comes. Hey, how you doing, Stan?
I am absolutely excellent. I'm in the presence of victorious Val. I can't I can't help but pinch myself. Right now, my goosebumps have butterflies, so
You're
so I'm
doing
ready to go.
You're doing great. You're doing great. I'm not going to hold you long because I know I just literally got out of a meeting with you when I just said that he is an encourager and inspirer. It's wonderful. And of course, here's our friend Kevin. He's saying hello. Welcome aboard, Stan.
Hey, Kevin, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Good to
Yeah.
be in the house.
And I know you don't recognize the name Stan, but this is Amani. This is her name on YouTube. Climb the Mountain.
Sure, sure, sure. So, Imani, it's my distinct honor and pleasure to be with you guys. And I hope that we could turn Tuesday nights into Tuesday terrific.
I like that.
I look forward to contributing on this platform in whatever ways I can.
Wonderful. Well, I people are going to get a chance to really get to know you on the podcast on that'll be released on tomorrow. So I talked with Stan extensively about his background and business, but tonight I wanted to talk to you about movies. And one thing that I wanted to discuss is the movie that inspired us or that inspired you. For me, I'm going to let you guys know I did something back in 2001. I moved to New York City and I was very nervous about that move, even though I was coming from Chicago, which is a pretty, good sized city. It's not a small, small city. It's a big one. And the movie that I watched over and over again to hype myself up for this move. Can you guess? Can you guess, Stan?
For the move to New York.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's several that come to mind right away. One is Wall Street, the original
Oh,
one. Wall Street is one. The other one that I can think of about New York is um, The Godfather,
oh,
shot on site in New York. Um, the other I can think of is the Batman movies, The Dark Knight Rises.
yeah.
Those are New York, movies that I've seen. And then of course I gotta go black on you. So Spike Lee, Do the Right Thing.
Ah.
Spike Lee, She Gotta Have It. All those from the BK.
I know. And I was told a long time ago that if I was going to move to a borough, it would be Brooklyn. Kevin mentioned
Yeah,
Coming to America. I love that movie.
Kevin, that's right. Kevin, you're right. You're right. Coming to America.
But
Coming to
ironically, the film that comes to mind and what I remember watching over and over again was a childhood favorite. No, not The Wizard of Oz. I no diss to Julie Garland and all the rest of that entire cast, but I love The Wiz. Love seeing brown faces and black and brown faces easing on down the road. And I was in love with Michael Jackson at, I don't know, 6 or 7 years old, whenever that came out. And I remember just consistently watching the very end and getting very emotional when I would hear Lena Horne sing Believe. And I'd just be like, I want to believe. I can believe in myself. And so I really love that theme. Was there any movies that you loved while either growing up or, as an adult that inspired you, Stan?
Yeah, so my favorite movie of all times is The Lion King,
Ah.
because The Lion King is essentially a story of living up to your identity, your
Mm-hmm.
divine identity. I believe, Val, that all of us have a divine identity that has
Mm-hmm.
nothing to do with our name, nothing to do with what we look like or who we love. It's an identity that's born out by how you impact the world, right? How you
Mm-hmm.
impact the world. How do people behave when you are present is your divine identity, right? And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we do not live in alignment with our divine identity. And so, for that period of time that the character in The Lion King, Simba, the king to be, was living in the wilderness with a pig, right? And
Yes.
a and a rat, whatever you a rat by another name, Pumbaa and Timon, he was not living in alignment with his identity as the king to be.
Mm.
But there was a character in the movie who I love, and that character was the Rafiki character that Robert Guillaume's voice played.
Ah,
It was his father's prime minister, I take it, the wise one. And
yeah.
he kept showing up while Simba was in the wilderness, telling Simba, remember who you are.
Mm.
Remember who you are. That
Mm.
movie's my favorite movie because so many people I know live out of alignment with their divine identity.
Mm.
And I would even go so far. Brown and black people the world over need to take the advice of Rafiki. Remember who you are.
Mm.
Remember who you are. You're the mothers and fathers of civilization.
Mm-hmm.
You had running water in bathrooms before the city of Rome existed. You gave the city of Jerusalem its name when it was called Kadesh. You named it Horoshalayim, the city of peace.
Wow.
You built pyramids before a European wore a shoe or had a house with a window. Remember who you are.
Yeah. That's important. That's very important. And oh boy, Kevin's saying you're dropping jewels. Break down the Lion King for us.
It's it, it's a reminder that we're so much more important than we even imagine. So Val, you sit in the role of griot tonight. You're helping me to tell my story, right? And
Yeah.
so because we live in a digital age, so long as someone doesn't delete this digital code, what I'm saying to you tonight could live forever because you've enabled my ability to tell an aspect of my story. So thank you.
No problem. No problem. That's what Interludes is all about.
That's
And
right.
I love doing the Interludes Extra because it's a platform for myself and executive producer Michael Wamble to just kind of talk about what we love, some of the difficult topics that pop up in our world. And then on top of everything else, to introduce our audience to talented and inspiring people like yourself, Stan.
Ooh, that's rarefied air.
And Amani says, remember who you are. Live the self. You are
Remember.
blessed to be. Go on, Amani, with that
That's
inspiring word. There
right.
you go.
That's right. That's right. That's
So if
right.
you guys want to check out the latest episode of Interludes, it'll be up on tomorrow, and the guest will be Stan Matthews. If he just dropped gems on Lion King, just think about what he talks about in business on tomorrow.
Mhm.
Hey,
And Mal, there is no real dichotomy between art and reality.
ah, okay.
In fact, I think that art sometimes is a better representation of our desired reality.
Exactly.
So the performing arts, the culinary arts,
Okay. Food.
all of that is an expression of our preferred reality.
Mhm.
So, it's important for us to have conversations in the context of arts because our own reality sometimes is so scarred, right? That we
Mhm.
need something to lift us from where we are to where we want to be. So it's important to have platforms like this as expressions of our preferred reality. Because
Mhm.
that's all vision is our preferred reality.
Yeah. I my reality right now is that I'm going through a cleanse. So my preferred reality is to eat a cheeseburger right now, but we're not doing that. I'm on a cleanse. So I just have to remind myself, hey Val, you're slowing down. You're gonna do this cleanse. Do not envision the turkey burger. You're gonna be great with just eating and drinking vegetables. We're gonna be good with that.
The best defense is a good detox.
Yes. Stan, thank you so much for joining us on tonight. I appreciate you so much. And guys, check him out on tomorrow on Interludes.
I thank you so much for being here, and to your audience. Um, you know, Oftentimes we go off running all around,
Mhm.
searching for something, and then we return home and we find a lump somewhere in the backyard, and you dig at that lump, and what you find is that you've had a diamond in your own backyard. Val Johnson's a diamond in our backyard. So don't go running all around for stuff to keep your attention. Keep your attention on the diamond in your own backyard. Stan Matthews out.
All right. Thank you. There he goes. Oh my goodness. What in the world? Speaking of what? Oh, okay. Chicken and biscuits. Kevin, there's a something called chicken and biscuits. I didn't know that. Oh my goodness. Well, so guys, I mean, I'm excited because when I'm able to bring on someone as, and I want to say, thought provoking. I can't keep my hand can't keep up when I'm taking notes when he's speaking, and I'm just kind of like, oh my gosh, let me finish writing, let me finish writing. And when we did this interview, I was thinking, oh my goodness, I he asked if he could come on for the talk on Tuesdays, and how ironic, Michael's on assignment and Stan was able to come in. So that's great. Yeah. So Kevin is telling me that, okay, he saw it on the news this morning about Chicken and Biscuits. Does anyone know about this Broadway show called Chicken and Biscuits? I know nothing about this. I know nothing about it. So I'm gonna sit here and try to figure it out, and then we will check it out. Are we happy that Broadway is back? Speaking of Broadway shows, are we happy that Broadway's back? I really miss New York for this Broadway shows. And I think the Tonys were just recently on. And so they were promoting a lot of the plays that are coming back. And over 6,700 people that work behind the scenes were out of work. I think it was a little under 10,000 people that were out of work when Broadway went dark when the pandemic hit in March of 2020. Well, the lights came back on in New York, and also there's Broadways in other cities as well. There's also Broadway in other cities as well. So here in Chicago, I think we're coming back slowly but quietly in next month in November. I believe Frozen will be one of the first Broadway shows that will open here in Broadway on in Chicago. I believe Los Angeles is also opening up their stages as well. There's a lot of great plays that are out, and Imani's telling me about she would like to see Thoughts of a Colored Man. I would like to know the thoughts of many colored people. And I wonder who wrote that. That's great research for me. Thank you so very much. Oh my goodness. And it's an art. Oh, I like that it's back. It's a fixture of New York art. Okay. Yes, it is. And I believe that attending a Broadway show is a part of the commerce that helps New York keep running. So there you go. Although unfortunately, I believe all of the MTA. I don't know what it is. Is it 275 still? I feel like it's going to go up again. If it goes up to $3, then other major cities, including Chicago, will follow. Because I think we're at 370. I think we're at 275 a ride too. Well, guys, I wanted to talk a little bit more about what happened regarding um, what happened with the Facebook shutdown. I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened? So myself and Michael, we talk about it a little bit. Here's a clip I want to show with you all, and you can see the full thing. It literally in like 20 minutes or so. But this was me and Michael kind of talking about what is going on regarding the whole Facebook WhatsApp shutdown. Here it goes. I believe that Facebook is clocking millions of dollars from ads as well as sponsors for what when they put things on their platform. And let me give you the young lady's name, who was a whistleblower, Frances Hagen, and she's a former project person there at Facebook, and she said that they chose profit over helping young people, and they chose it, and for their own interests. They were only interested in making the profit, and it didn't matter about the content or anything. And unfortunately, January 6th, the insurrection, a lot of that was galvanized on social media. A lot of those things happened, unfortunately, on Facebook with our former president being, his Twitter situation being taken away. They had to galvanize some kind of way. But it's kind of sad that, um, we use Facebook for business. I know I do, but it disturbs me that you're not looking at the cries of parents and others and say, hey, we need to pull things back and really take a look. Body images on Instagram, how you're able to manipulate the skin and make someone look skinnier, and that's not really how they look. And
Yeah.
and so it just kind
Right.
of
And in that area, the
all that.
damage specifically seems to specifically target young girls, young teenage girls.
Hmm.
I want to get to
Tweens and
here's the
teens.
quote. This is as reported by Variety, but Variety is simply reporting what the whistleblower said to 60 Minutes, which
Right.
aired over the weekend.
Hmm.
Quote, this is Hagen. When we live in an environment, we live in an information environment that is full of angry, hateful, polarizing content. It erodes
Wow.
our civic trust. It erodes our faith in each other. It erodes our ability to want to take care for each other. The version of Facebook that exists today is tearing our societies apart and causing ethnic violence around the world. So she was brought in as part of a project that was supposed to combat that, was supposed to
Hmm.
safeguard it, as you mentioned, for leading into and after the election.
Right.
At some point, they disbanded the part of the project that she was in and told her that her job was no longer necessary because they had chosen profit over the public good,
Mm-hmm.
and that's frightening. There's no real check and balance for Facebook. You have a bunch of governments like our own, and they can try to intervene, but there's only so much that they can do. Social media, yields a power that is unlike any other. And then when it's used and you happen to be on the side that you agree with, you want to support that power. But on the same hand, that's still, to me, quoting one of my favorite musical artists, like no one group should have all that power.
Yeah. I mean, guys, I don't know. Facebook is powerful. And as I was saying, that it has at least a 1 trillion, yeah, 1 billion Facebook users, as well as the dollars of money that comes up with Facebook. It's a lot of money that they make, and they were down for, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours yesterday. So it was just really weird that that happened. So I was saying that if you wanted to see part two or the full of what I just showed, that'll be coming on literally in 30 minutes, premiering on our YouTube channel. Go ahead and like and subscribe to us if you haven't done so already. We appreciate it. We're so excited about that. Oh goodness. I just saw a promo for one of my favorite shows, which will be in its last season this year. And I am so sad that it's coming to an end. How many people watch the show on HBO called Insecure? That's Issa Rae's platform and her show that's been on for the past 5 seasons. Well, it comes to a close, and I think it premieres on October 24th of this month. I just saw a preview of it, and I was thinking, oh my goodness. And one of the phenomenal things about that show is that they shot it during COVID. So, yeah, that shoots in LA. So I'm always excited to see how they do with that. So I really would love for it to go another season, but I think Issa Rae has her hands in a lot of other situations, and then plus she just got married, so that's exciting. But I believe that is going to be gone, unfortunately, and HBO they'll be showing its last, I want to say, 10 episodes or at least 13 episodes, starting on October 24th. Okay, well, this is news. Thank you so much, Amani. All Rise, that originally aired on ABC, and I think that was the show that was created by, was that? Oh, no. That is the one that was on CBS. It's been picked up by OWN. That is so cool. I love the lead actress on that. That is wonderful. Okay, great. So All Rise switches networks. And see, that's what happens if you don't, if one network don't like you, you get picked up by another one. That's how that works. Oh my gosh, that's exciting. If there are some of your favorite shows that are coming on that you'd like to talk about, let us know in the chat, or you could let me know for next week. I believe Michael will be back live on next week. We'll just see. Things are just getting busy for him. But definitely, we have been working on the movie. We've been working on the movie, just doing things where we're writing and trying to figure out some things. And we got a chance to meet with someone that actually has produced film. So that's always exciting. And so that was our previous episode on, was making the movie part two. But tomorrow, as I mentioned before, Stan Matthews, he is a entrepreneur, a marketer, and he just was on literally 10 minutes ago. We were so happy that he decided to do both. And then also, I'd like to say the Matthews Networking Group. I'm probably saying it wrong. The net. Yeah, okay, I'm not going to butcher it right now. Uh, the Matthews Broadcast Network has become our new sponsor. And I'm excited about that because that means that, hey, just like when you see everything that's on regular television or on HBO or any of those things, they all have some type of sponsors. So I'm out here hustling for sponsors. I'm hustling for sponsors. That's what I'm doing. I'm sorry. Thank you very much. NBN. Thank you, Imani, who told me about NBN. Thank you very much, Imani. I really appreciate it because I probably still would be out there with my tin cup, like, come on, baby, support a podcast. Could you please? Come on, baby. Give me $5. So, so thank you so much, Kevin. Congrats to the new sponsor. Yes, thank you so very much, Stan. We really appreciate it. And he's just trying to change people's mindsets when it comes to doing business. And that's what I'm in. Now, my business is a little bit on the entertainment side, but that's what I do. And that's how it works. So it is what it is. But guys, thank you so very much for joining me on this edition of Talk on Tuesday. This is the live version. But coming up literally in 24 minutes, you'll be able to see me and Michael do our chat. And I'll be live in the chat with you guys talking about, what happened regarding the whole Facebook shutdown. And we're excited here in Chicago. Some of our Chicago teams are doing very well. Chicago Bears are winning, and the Chicago White Sox have made it to the playoffs. So we're really excited about that. No diss to any other teams because, when I was in New York, I did root for the Yankees. And when I was in New York, I did root for the Giants. So I got love for them, unless they're playing the White Sox or the Bears. Oh my gosh. But guys, thank you so very much for joining me on tonight. I will chit chat with all of you all later. All right. And make sure you check us out literally in 20 minutes. Part 2 to what happened on Facebook. Dun, dun, dun. All right, guys. Talk to you guys later. Here we go. Woohoo.